afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 4th, 2021, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow night we have a TFCC at 9 p.m. Eastern. We also have a reverse aging call on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And Thursday, I will be with Prime Minister on his show. And that, I believe, is at 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I will be Tuesday on a call with Mark Z. Haven't set the time on that yet, I think. Let's see. I believe 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Mark Z podcast. We've got to get out as much information as we possibly can for the people of this planet. Man's chief delusion and his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of consciousness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves. All that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Neville Goddard. Have you guys ever wondered why one person, in a lot of different situations, walking down a dark alley at night will get mugged while the previous person goes by untouched? I'm sure we've seen similar situations. Bad things may happen to apparently good people, as we've said, and good things happen to seemingly bad people, all based upon the level of energy that they are vibrating at the time. So if you picture yourself, all of us, as this terminal, like a tower, and it's constantly transmitting a certain frequency into the universe. So see that in your heart minds. And your thoughts and feelings create an energetic vibration that is sent out into the world. And this vibration is then reflected back to you by the universe, producing physical results in your personal world. And, we say this, people say this, I think, a lot, but what we send out is exactly what we get back. It's absolute. It isn't even debatable. What we send out is exactly what we get back. Each and every single one of us. All gods of the God, from the God. Our bodies are always sending out a specific frequency of energy. And the frequency of energy that our bodies and minds tend to vibrate at will attract or repel the thing we currently desire. Now, if it is expansive, inspirational, and positive, it will magnetize similar vibrational experiences back to you, such as amazing opportunities, positive-minded people, prosperous situations, and we could go on and on. But on the other hand, when we are sending out the energy of doubt, frustration, or fear, we tend to magnetize very difficult and challenging experiences that makes us suffer endlessly. Now, see, even though we know that, I think a lot of us know that. I don't think it's complicated for us. But yet, we don't practice it. Because we're so taken out there. Not in here, out there. We're so taken by that. So we don't pay any attention, really. So, in order for any of us, period, to move energy into form, create it into reality, to manifest what our heart is yearning for in this life, simply and consistently emit a high positive vibration. This happens by tapping into those thoughts and feelings that make you feel absolutely marvelous, great about life. Whatever you continuously focus your attention on is what's going to grow. And it is what you'll be manifesting more of down the road. We're all, every one of us, it doesn't matter how you were raised, who you brought up, what you've done, anything. All of us are born manifesting machines. We create. We cannot stop manifesting as long as we have a body. So we naturally attract whatever we are focusing our attention on. So our bodies are like these engines of this magical machine. And our minds, the brakes, the gas, and steering wheel. And the manifesting fuel is spirit, which is something we cannot lose, create, or need to fill up. It is forever flowing inside each of us, you as you. It is your essential nature. It's your natural state of being. No matter what you do, think or believe, you can never lose the connection with this divine fuel inside of you. Yeah, I can get buried beneath all kinds of layers of muck created by the mind. Yet once we investigate the source of any block and truly uncover its mask, we discover the block was never real to begin with. It was all imagined. Only passions, great passions, can elevate the soul to great things. Dennis Diderot. Excuse me. All of our problems are created between our ears. And to go even deeper, as the great master sage Ramana Maharishi once said, all your problems stem from the belief that you were born. All your problems stem from the belief that you were born. You are an eternal being that cannot die. So truly, you were never born. You're never born. All attachment to this body you're in, this mind, these beliefs that you were born imply that we are all separate from our spiritual source. So to step into the all-powerful manifesting being we all truly are, we simply choose to surrender all false ideas and to be one with this source. Now, as you devote yourself to knowing yourself as the divine, all-powerful, manifesting being that you truly are, you will see that anything is possible. You have this, picture this, you have this omnipotently powerful manifesting master, moving energy into form, creating constantly. And it's ready to be integrated into your life. So the more understanding that all of us have about the basics and foundational manifesting principles, the easier it is to discover the manifesting master within and experience the magic everywhere you go. You see, we always attract exactly what we most need to know and experience. Some experiences we have in this life are simply old repressed thought forms trying to bubble up from the depths of our subconscious to be healed and liberated. Now, whatever experience that we may manifest in life, in this life, is yours and a result of your thoughts, your feelings, and energetic frequency. The fact that you are literally listening to this information right now means you're ready to receive it. A lot of people aren't. And when you're able to keep your mind on what you truly desire for even a few minutes a day, doesn't have to be long. Could be 3 minutes, 6, whatever. You will move energy into form, create it in reality. You'll manifest it into your life at the speed of light. Learning how to hold your attention on one thing in a focused and yet non-rigid way for an extended period of time is your first manifesting secret. It's always about discovering the spiritual being within us, each of us. It's the key to cultivating this focused attention. And what is most needed to achieve this monumental feat is a gentle, curious, and constant exploration of the truth of who and what you really are. This is something that cannot be described in words, yet the adventure to reveal this great gem within it is why we are all actually here. You see, when we enter these bodies, think about this. What do we enter the bodies for? We enter the bodies to learn about what we are while in physical form, so that we can literally be the God within the body, not the body. When we're the God within the body, and we know this, and we've embraced it, then we can direct total manifestation in any direction that we choose, whenever we choose to do so, and know it. Always turn your attention upon your heart. Always turn your attention upon your heart towards the feelings of joy and gratitude and peace and love. And let yourself go deeply into these positive sensations for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Use your breath as your happy pump, meaning with each inhalation, breathe in joy. Hold it for a moment. You don't have to hold it for long, just briefly. Then exhale and release this joy, spreading it out over the world. Simply play with this exercise, and above all, have fun with it. When you're, see, we get challenged all the time because of our mind and ego. And our subconscious mind, our private library of past thoughts, past experiences, everything we could just stuff in there, we've stuffed in there. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So when this is all about you. It's about nobody else. It's about you. So when you turn your attention and open your heart towards the feelings of joy, gratitude, peace, and love, let yourself go deeply into these positive sensations, not superficially, not ego mind, but through heart mind, for at least 15, 20 minutes. Use your breath as your happy pump, meaning with each inhalation, breathe in joy, hold it for a moment, then exhale and release this joy, spreading it all over the world. And have fun with it. You see, a lot of people think it's silly to do that because, that's nothing. There's no power there. And that's the lie that we've been taught as a civilization. That's a complete lie. Make us think that we're powerless. Make us think that we're non-essential. Make us believe these things so we'll create them. The mind turns inwards is the self. When you turn the mind inward, it is the self. Turning outward, it becomes the ego and all the world. From Maharishi. When you turn your mind inwards, it is the self, the God. But when you turn it outwards, it becomes the ego and all the world. Now, in every single moment in this life, we have the choice to respond to life from a completely new, alive, and freeing space that is born in the now. Or we can react from an older, unconscious condition pattern that stems from a past story. And the choice is always yours in each second. If you respond from a fresh place of freedom or from past conditioning. And the type of story we are talking about is not that enjoyable fantasy fairy tale story that we all enjoy listening to around the campfire. It's that one that we drag around like an old ball and chain attached to a heavily shielded yet wounded heart. How many of us on this planet drag around pain and sorrow and anguish from some past interaction, some past manifestation that we just have buried, or we want to stick it in the background? It's an old ball and chain attached to heavily shielded yet wounded heart. And the infamous victim story is one most of us know all too well. It's the one that is fixated on how another wronged us, or how we are struggling with money, or unable to find the love of our life, or create the career we really want. And we often unconsciously believe that by repeating the story over and over, it will help us to escape it, transcend it, or feel better about our poor, lonely, victimized self. And what really happens is that by repeating what we don't want to manifest in our lives, we simply become more wrapped up in the ego's illusions of being trapped, helpless, and powerless. And good news is, what we always have, we will always have the power to transcend our story if we can become conscious enough to see who or what is truly creating it. It's good to know that all of your stories were created by some life event, big or small, that actually happened. And the event naturally occurred. Then the mind took over and invented its special, specific, positive or negative meaning on top of the actual event. We invite yourself to take this entire week to write down and notice all the stories you tend to repeat in your mind and to other people. This is a very powerful, it's very life-changing exercise. Notice if they are positive or negative stories and who would be without any of these stories. These stories stick because something happened in your life that your mind judged as wrong or absolutely always right, and found some sort of peace within that perception. And however, when you hold on to any thought or idea about life too tightly, you become overly attached and miss this amazing universe that's happening now. And attachment always leads Attachment always leads to some future suffering, and it's always your choice. If you want to be free and manifest more of amazing goodies, or be stuck with the same old small tune. Keeping a story from your past alive takes a lot of work, and it will drain all of your energy. It will keep you living in the illusion and never awaken to the divinity within your being. And this illusionary mind loves to create stories about stories. Heck, you may even be creating a story about this exploration of stories. The reality is that you are not this mind, nor your ego, nor your body, and certainly not an accumulation of all your stories. You are much more than can be expressed in words. You are an infinite soul beyond the ideas of freedom and love. You are, and always will be, much vaster than any story your ego could ever invent. And you will continue to exist long after this story has been forgotten by you and the world. Your being is naturally expansive and completely free. You have just been covering up your true infinite nature with stories. The tricky part is transcending any story is that our ego loves the drama of an emotionally juicy adventure. It's like chocolate ice cream to a child, or life's traumas and deep issues are so personal, wild, crazy, and feel so real that they often make us feel unique and that we are even someone superior or special. The truth is that everyone, even though you're not born, okay, so was everyone physical form born uniquely super special. And we all have the same core issues deep inside. These core issues are about being unloved, unwanted, abandoned, and unworthy. What a great recipe to instigate massive transformation in one's lifetime. This is what we have. Our core issues are about being unloved, unwanted, abandoned, and unworthy. Now, you may find yourself sticking to these issues because the mind, your mind, all of our minds, gets so busy entertaining the victim story instead of being truly curious about recognizing your divine infinite nature. These are personal issues, and they can make up a major part of who you think you are, so to let go of them in many ways can feel like letting go of your entire identity. And if you dropped the story, you would have to do the scariest thing of all. You need to totally reinvent yourself. Maybe this isn't such a bad thing. You could choose to only be loved, free, powerful, and without any limitations. You could choose that. You could just choose it through the heart-mind, to only be loved, free, powerful, and without any limitations. This is a challenge. Would you be willing to take on? Would you willingly be taken on? Letting go of your story may feel like dying, yet in the end, there is no death without some kind of rebirth. So how does one truly transcend their story? Just watch it. Watch it. Don't participate in it. Notice if you are focusing on what you want or don't want. Notice. Watch it. Remember, you're the guide. You're not the body. And you only have these things while you're in the body. So you watch it. You don't participate in it. So how present are you to the now moment? Or just reprogramming yourself with more illusions from your past? The experience you have will always be created from your personal interpretation and universal perception. If you find that you are really stuck putting energy into how you aren't enough of this or that, and you may simply need some tools to shift your experience. If you find that you continue with these stories, stop retelling your story. When you hear yourself telling somebody your famous story that makes you feel small, powerless, or less than divine, immediately stop yourself. Even if you are in mid-sentence, just boom. As soon as you stop repeating your story, you stop giving it energy. And the story, it withers away. Imagine a big red stop sign in front of you. And simply stop the mouth from talking. Don't move a muscle. And be absolutely still and silent. And investigate deeper inside to discover, where is this story? Where is it coming from? And what this part of you actually is yearning to feel, be, do, or have. It's almost like becoming an archaeologist, explorer, and start digging. If you are socializing while you are storytelling, and you need some space to do the digging, gently remove yourself from the situation, go sit in the bathroom, and investigate the source of this saboteur. Believe me, it is absolutely worth it. These stories that we all have can ruin our lives or transform it. Now, if we take time to really look at our stories, we will discover what it takes to transcend them completely. And by simply seeing how our story is an illusion of the past that the ego is stubbornly holding on to, then you are instantly free of it. And understand, freedom comes from finding the space between you and your story. And when your story arises and you feel it pulling you in, imagine that you are taking 5 large steps back away from your story. Just as if you were stepping back from any angry person, growling dog, or some feisty child who has had too much sugar. Take one small step if you cannot take a large one. And with each step, take a deep breath of air and become the observer. Look at your story like you were watching a movie or TV show. Recognize that it is just that. Some drama being played over and over on your ego's video screen. And now that you are separate from the story, it is so much easier to see the truth of it and be free from it. And as soon as you do this, replace it with gratitude. When you identify that story that you are most attached to, the one you repeat most often, each time you start repeating it, simply state one thing that you are grateful for instead. Simply state one thing that you are grateful for instead. Refocus your mind on what is working in your life and what you are grateful for right in the now. There are literally thousands and thousands of things that each and every one of us can be grateful for, no matter where we are or who we are. We can be grateful that the sun rose this morning to heat our planet, that you have clean drinking water, or that you are breathing with life in this moment instead of dying. The list goes on and on and on. So just look around at this world and notice the beauty, detail, and the exquisite abundance. The more time you spend in gratitude, the faster your ego stories will die and become distant memories. And when you're in a place of gratitude, you will automatically send out positive energetic vibrations, which in turn magnetize to you the kind of positive, uplifting things that you want to manifest, moving energy into form and creating into reality. And once you leave your story behind once and for all, you can see the truth of your existence and experience total freedom from your ego's suffering and limited beliefs. And this will help you be liberated once and for all from your stories. And all you got to determine, do you go for it? And can you do it? So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. And the first thing that we care to do, relax your body. Relax it. You are not the body. You're the God. So relax the body, head to toe, inside and out. Whatever you're carrying through the ego mind, release it. Fear, sorrow, anguish, anxiety, stress, worry. Because we all have this, it's like, and remember, this is the ego mind. This is why the body's always stressed. That's why we have so much stress on the planet. Because the ego mind is saying, oh, you've got this to worry about and that to worry about. And this isn't going to work and that's not going to work. And it never works for you. It might work for somebody else, but it doesn't work for you. And it's just continual. But when you watch it, you're not judging it. You're just watching it. And your story, finally, is gone. And you're in gratitude, and the body responds. Because the less stress we all have, that means we're more in charge and command of the body. It means we know things that come in, things that the ego mind attract. And that's worry, stress, fear, anxiety. It's just constant. You ever notice that? And if it's not there in the brief moments it's not there, it will be there very quickly. But through the heart-mind, through the God, to the body relaxes. You don't carry anything. It has nothing to do with what you've done in the past. The past is gone. It's permanently gone. It has everything to do with what you do in this now. What you determine, what you decide for you in this now. So the body relaxes. Remember, the body leans into you. You're the God. You're holding the body because it's so relaxed. Then you move into the now. In the now, and you can feel this vibrational frequency forever. The now is all we have. There isn't any yesterday, and there isn't any tomorrow. There's just the now. We create our future from the now. The past is dead, long gone. It isn't coming back unless you drag it with you. So in the now, we still the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. They are not controlling or guiding us, and we aren't allowing it because we are in the God. We are the God. So when you still the mind, you step outside of the mind and the ego, and the subconscious mind. And you view, you watch, you learn how to maneuver, how to direct the ego mind. Because eventually, you know what you'll find out? That you don't need them. And they will slowly but surely become less and less. Now, how do we stay in the now? Because some of us, like the story, right? Living in the past, keeping that story alive by telling it, reliving it, or going into a future that doesn't exist and trying to create a future out of nothing. Because you can only create the future in the now. But if you leave the now and you try to live in a future that doesn't exist, there's a lot of frustration there, a lot of suffering, a lot of expectations and attachments that do not come and materialize in the now. You can't bring a future thing and bring it into the now. You can only create the future from the now. So we use our breath to stay in the now. Our breath is divine positive energy. Why is it divine positive energy? Well, because it sustains these bodies. The soul gives the body power, which then the breath is from the soul, which sustains the body. Without the soul, there wouldn't be a breath. So it's divine positive energy. Relaxes us, focuses us while we're in this body. Eases us, strengthens us, empowers us, and sustains the body that holds the kingdom of God within it. So every time, and we all do this, none of us are exempt, we all wander off in thoughts. And the thoughts, 9 times out of 10, are not ours. They're all the people, all the things that we listened to and absorbed as these bodies grew through this life. So they're mostly everybody else's thoughts, not yours. So when you start to wander off, you know it. So I'm wandering off into this thought. I don't know why, but I am. So I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. The now is all I have, all I will ever have. And that's what will happen. 3,000% of the time you focus on your breath, you'll be in the now. And then you stay in the now. And every time that a thought comes by that you grab onto and you float off, focus on the breath, you'll be in the now. And eventually, this kind of practice, you'll stay in the now. You will not wander off. But it's up to you. Your choice. No one else's. So you picture your body, and you see your body that houses you, and you see these 7 wheels of light, these energy vortexes. They're vibrant, they're super, super colorful. And each one is a different shape. It's a flower, and inside the flower is a different geometrical shape. And you're watching. And these run right up your body, from the tailbone to the top of the head. And so you're watching this energy, which is you, running through them, flowing. And this is the God, Force, Love, Light energy. Now, these connect to all of our emotions. Each one's assigned in its placement of our emotions and our organs and how we maneuver this life. Now, if we don't view it from that perspective, because we are in the body, but we believe we are the body, we'll never notice them. We will never see the God force, love, light flowing through them. And everything that blocks them and causes organ issues, emotional issues, like the root chakra, the red wheel of light, it deals with our survival, which is money, food. And guess what it's blocked by? The illusion of fear. Fear can become a great ally, but in most cases with us, it's very destructive because we don't understand it. And so we bring fear, which is a thought, and we move energy into form and create it into a reality, and then we experience it. When you let go of the fear lets go of you. When you hold on to the fear will hold on to you. And then we go to the sacral chakra. Now this deals with our pleasure, our sexuality, our fun, our enjoyment, our ease in life. But what happens? Where is the other thought that comes in? The guilt. Guilt. We've all been there, haven't we? Where we're doing something and it's just wonderful and everything's just, flowing, and no matter what we do, it just happens wonderfully well. You're in that zone. But then what happens? The ego mind kicks in and it says to you, it's not gonna last forever, Jane. It's not gonna last forever, Harry. It's not going to. This is all gonna end, so enjoy it while you can. Guilt, the illusion generated from the ego mind. Then we move to the yellow wheel of light. The solar plexus chakra. This is our willpower. And our willpower is blocked by shame. Why would you have shame? Shame's a thought from the ego mind. It's energy. We move it into form. We create it in reality. And then we have the emerald green wheel of light. The heart chakra. This is our love. It's our ability to love while we're in these bodies. And it is blocked by grief. Love cannot happen when grief is there. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, throat chakra. This deals with our truth. It is our form of communication, all in these bodies. It's our truth. And it's blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the ajna. It's the third eye chakra. What does it deal with? This is our ability to focus on and see the big picture. It's connected to our imagination, our wisdom, our ability to think and make decisions. Pituitary gland, eyes, sinuses. And it's blocked by illusion. So our insight is blocked by illusion. An illusion is created by the ego mind. Then we move to the crown chakra. It deals with cosmic energy. This is our direct connection to the God we are. Does it make sense that this crown chakra, the Sahasrara, is blocked by ego attachment? Ego attachment. So what we've been watching ourselves, we've been watching this flow of energy, the divine positive energy, our breath, as we breath in and breath out, we're moving the God force, love, light, energy, all, and we move it to the top of our head. And we're like an energy fountain. It's that it comes up and it flows up over the head and back down around to the root chakra, to the tip of the tailbone, and all the way back up to the top of the head. It's perpetual. This is what creates the auric field around the body. This is the light within the body that then emanates a vibrance of colors that spread out beyond the body. And depending on the alignment of the chakras, it depends on that will literally show the different colors and the state of you. So we bring this to the top of our heads and we hold it briefly. We are God. We are love. And we are one. And in that brief moment, we condense and compress it into pure liquid energy. And we release it. This is omnipotently powerful energy, and we release it over our pineal glands. And our pineal glands are very important to us while we're in these bodies. They're the connection to all the particles of existence. And when we have fully functioning, healthy, vibrant, high vibrational pineal glands, We will connect to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, forever, and we will be consciously aware of this connection. Now, you can view your pineal gland any way you choose through your heart, mind's motion picture, of which you're the director, the producer, the writer, the choreographer, the actors, actresses. You're everything in that heart, mind, motion picture. And so I see it as a green ball of rosebud. You may say it differently. And the rosebud, as soon as I pour this omnipotently powerful liquid energy, which is me, the God, force, love, light, energy, and the divine positive energy breath, then what happens is it immediately transforms into this massive rose, fully bloomed, multicolored petals, and beautiful fragrance, wonderful. And it sends out these easy waves of penetration that just shimmer off and penetrate me head to toe, inside and out. And the waves are just absolutely phenomenal. It's just a deep, eternal love, a deep, eternal gratitude, and a deep, eternal peace. It's phenomenal. It's nirvana. It's just total bliss. Why would we ever care to leave that once we discover it? And then I discovered that it is me. It is the God within these bodies that's emanating that. It's who and what I truly am. Always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. These bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, all one. And we are heaven on this earth. The soul is the heaven. The body is the earth. Every step we take, we create paradise. We cannot not. And we've learned to shine our light, our God force love light energy, outward. We don't blanket it and hide it. We shine it outward. 360 degrees, fanning out forever. And this is pure, deep, eternal love, pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal peace, and it is flooding everyone. All of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this liberation. Absolutely phenomenal. And we're consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. It's 2 o'clock. And we know that we are parts of each other. We know that we, all of us, make up the one God. So we are the gods combined, making up the one God. We are the consciousness combined, making up the collective consciousness, the one, in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. So we reach out, whether consciously or unconsciously at first, we determine, we understand that we are part of each other. So any of us who are consciously aware, we seek other parts of us that are consciously aware. Some parts are not consciously aware. So right in this now, those who are consciously aware, like the archangels, the cherubim, seraphim, the different archetypes, they're consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Same with the ascended masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, all of them. Many, many, many more. The archangels, their civilization vibrate a different frequency than we do. That's why we do not see them like we see each other. But we do meet with them. We do interact with them. Could be a salesperson, could be someone helping you with something. And then the conversation starts, but it's a lot different. The energy, the frequency is so much different and higher. And you notice it. Sometimes you'll notice it, not always, but you'll pick it up after the conversation or interaction. There's just something that the God that within you speaks. That was an angel. That was a part of me. That part of me, consciously aware, was communicating to me. And they communicate in many different ways, but it always is the same message. Isn't it absolutely glorious, spectacular, and wonderful to be alive in these bodies? Or isn't it wonderful and spectacular to be alive in my body? Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. Ascended masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, and we are creating our experiences while in physical form to perfect our creation. And when some of us are aware enough on our journey within, while in these bodies, we will learn that we are the light. We always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We are immortal. We never cease. And we are the light. So when we choose to leave these bodies, we will not follow the light. We will know that we are the light. That's a major, major understanding before we leave the body. How many will? Who knows? It depends on how long we allow ourselves to be distracted through the ego mind to the outside world. So we reach out to all of those parts of us that are consciously aware. All of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, this meditation, forming this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. They come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We reach out to all of the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, yet. Only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light. Now they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. Ones that we're somewhat familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, so massive, they're with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, and that complete liberation of this planet. They come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. And they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations in the trillions, of which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of what is. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they, in the trillions, are with us now consciously. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one. And we are all love. And we are all God. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We all immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. This light emanates from the God force, love, light energy that we are in this body. This light is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 of the billion suns in this solar system to even come close to its radiance. We flood this planet. This is our liberation for everything into the higher frequencies, the higher existences. We flood it inside and out, head to toe. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, doesn't matter. And life, the highest supreme value in the universes. And we're doing this constantly. Why? Because we are. We are the light. We are the God that emits the light, the love, the gratitude, the peace. We always have and always will be, ever beyond and forever. We begin to ascend above this planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's reflecting in microseconds everywhere, multicolored lights, trillions of them. And we discover when we zero in on these reflections, they're tiny microscopic mirrors etched that you can enter. We discover that it is all of us, parts of us, communicating, teaching, learning, students, teachers, unending. Students and teachers, unending. Unending. And we always will be. Teaching, learning, learning, teaching. We're then immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the power. This is our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. This column of light reminds us of that. We're then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor that cannot be harmed, penetrated, disturbed, invaded, infiltrated by anything. It emanates from the gods within these bodies. Divine perfection. Immortal. Never to cease. No demons, no attachments, no nothing. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Yet, only you have the power, only you, that if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, greed, envy, stress, anxiety, pain, suffering, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, send them back to pure consciousness where they're vaporized and they are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring our highest of the highest high of vibrational frequencies of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain. We are the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forests. We are the soils. We are the animals. We are the clouds, the sky. We are everything. And everything is us. So the next time you're viewing a beautiful sunset or sunrise, a beautiful starry-lit sky, whatever it may be, and you're taken aback at such beauty, divinity, divineness, expanse, it is you in that body, the God. You are all of this, and it is all of you. We continue to ascend above this planet. And as we do, some of us step outside of our physical forms and float effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. Why? Because we can. We come into full view of this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column is this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white bowl of sparkling light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light. They're all sending these waves. We can see them as they just melt into us, head to toe, inside and out. And the golden white bowl of sparkling light is pure, deep, eternal love. And on all the rings coming in, pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, abundance, prosperity, well-being, great wealth. It's endless. And then we discover it is us. All of that is the God that we are. And this is what we choose to embrace. At the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees as it's doing right now and has been perpetually, eternally, on all of us, flooding all of us inside and out, head to toe. Pure, deep, eternal love. This planet cannot not be liberated. We are drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean are the drops, drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of those meditations, day after day, with the joy, love, and peace intent of hundreds of millions of us on and off world. From all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, all the conscious parts of the one, of the collective consciousness, of the God. And this is flooding constantly, head to toe, inside and out. All of those meditations flooding all of us. The highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. So what do you choose? What do you choose? Experience total freedom from your ego's suffering and limiting beliefs. Or do you continue with the story of your past, and do you continue to suffer? I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly and easily. Once we all understand with ourselves that the gods within these bodies were created as complete eternal abundance. We're nothing else. All of that is us. So doesn't it make sense that our scarcity and lack attitudes are not our natural state of being? That's why it feels so heavy and frustrating and stressful and anxiety-filled and suffering. Now, if you know that you're eternal prosperity and abundance, if you know this, then you're suffering. And all expectations and attachments melt away because you know it. It's not ego mind, it is heart mind. You know this as the God that you are. We are in a natural, abundant state as the gods we are. And we're so powerful that we can redirect the universe's energy because we think we're the body and everything outside of it is real. So we let the ego mind dictate to us. It's the only reason that not everyone on this planet is vibrant, flowing, totally abundant and prosperous. And we're waves of energy. And the waves undulate and flow. And that's the actual definition. The word abundance comes from the Latin root meaning to move in waves, undulate and flow. That's what we are. It's your choice. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning. And we will return here tomorrow, May 5th, 2021, Wednesday, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call and our Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Eastern